Hi, everyone, and welcome to the first coaching call we're going to do between now and Bootcamp 2015 to help you get to the rank of senior rep and get recognised on the stage at the event. And the event Bootcamp is held once a year. This year in Australia, for the first time, it will be held on the Gold Coast on the 19th of June and in Asia, in Bangkok, on the 26th of June. You can see from that photo there, that was Momentum in February this year, and just some of the senior reps that were recognised at that event on the stage. You get to shake hands or give a hug to the corporate leaders and Mark Aceta, the head trainer for World Ventures. They greet you one by one on the stage. You turn around and you see the entire audience, like a couple of thousand people all cheering for you. This is us actually posing for the group photo after the whole process. It was pretty adrenaline pumping, an amazing moment to just realize that anyone that achieves these ranks this calendar year, really part of the pioneering reps of the company, especially in Australia and also in Asia. So I highly recommend that you get this experience and get yourself up on the stage and recognised, at least for senior rep. And maybe your goals at the moment are past that. Or maybe they're not actually at that level just yet, and that's okay too. They will recognise other levels as well. But senior reps, you a great level to shoot for at the very least, and you get that opportunity to go up on the stage and be recognised as a group. And that's when you suddenly realise you're looking out at a couple of thousand people and you go, wow, this is amazing. I'm part of something much, much bigger than me. And I've actually managed to achieve something that everyone is striving for. And of course, one of the keys for success in building your business is setting goals event to event and having those events as a reason, if you like, to finish a goal that you've set. When you do this and you build from event to event, not only do you achieve goals, but you help him achieve goals as well, because they also create wins in the same format. So it's a real true win-win-win. You go to the event, your team goes to the event, the company's at the event to greet you and congratulate you. And if that's the culture that you set in your team, you'll definitely develop leaders and you'll build the leverage that you want from this business. And of course, by getting your team to these events, you'll not only achieve your own goals much faster, you'll actually enjoy the very wise advice and insights from reps that have much more experience than us, especially those from other countries that they bring in who are expertly trained by Mark Aceta to speak at our events. So that's what today is all about, is helping you to move towards this goal or a lesser goal. The main thing is to have a goal and set it for boot camp. And second to setting the goal for boot camp is making sure you're booked in for boot camp, right? There is every chance, like many other company events, that it will sell out. So if you haven't yet got your ticket, that is something to put on your priority list to make sure you do get in. You'll often see in the groups people scurrying for tickets at the last minute, and you really don't want to leave this one to chance, especially in this calendar year when you're going to have that opportunity to create foundations and experiences for yourself as well as your team by being at these events and being recognised accordingly. Let's talk about the rank of senior rep in case you're not totally across it all and maybe you're brand new to the business. 30 and 30 is what we talk about when we talk about the rank of senior rep. And what that means is that these 30 people, or the equivalent of 30 people, and I'll explain what that means in a sec, in your left team and 30 people in your right team. When you log into your back office and you look at your binary, the numbers equal a minimum of 30 on the left and 30 on the right. Now, when it was only a gold level of membership, that equaled 30 customers, or 30 reps, if you like, inside the binary. So that reps and customers they had to be. But there was a total of 30 on your left team, total of 30 on your right team. And of course, with the advent of Platinum, Platinum actually counts for 2 gold members. So to get to 30, you don't necessarily need 30 people, 30 members on the left and 30 members on the right. It needs to add up to 30 in total, but you could have as little as 15 if they're all platinum. Okay, so it's important that you understand that every platinum counts for 2 people or 2 points towards the 30 that you're aiming for. So you may not have to actually build a team of 30 people so long as in total there is a count of 30. So every platinum enrollment counts for 2 in your team. Also, to achieve the rank of senior rep, you don't have to enroll all of these 60 people yourself, or less, of course, if they're platinum. They can already exist. So you might log into your binary. If you're just starting out, you may not have enrolled anybody yet, but you'll notice that there might be some people in your team already. They all count towards senior rep. So you can use spillover. And also, the people that you do enroll yourself, they also will put people into the business, and all of those new enrollees that come from the people that you enroll also all count towards the total of 30/30. All right, so if that's something you need some more help understanding, then just speak to someone in your upline team and they'll clarify it for you. If you haven't logged into your back office yet, today's the day to do that. Have a look at your binary and know where you stand right now. So the rank of senior rep, the reason why we love this one particularly is because it is the first level of residual income that you can earn on top of the other bonuses and commissions that you earn from growing your team. So it's a real milestone to actually hit the marker where you say, okay, I've begun the process now of building a residual income and even a passive income from the work that I've done up front. It's a really exciting moment when you hit that goal and you say to yourself, I actually am going to be able to go a lot further with this, because now I'm not just going to get commissions, I'm actually going to get a residual income coming in every month as well. So that's a really exciting differentiation, probably between everything else that you've done before and why we love this particular type of opportunity with World Ventures. You get your membership to our private online chat group. So we have a seniors and above private chat group. So we get to speak with some of the top ranking reps in our upline, including George and Stavros. And so they connect in directly with us and share information with us about things that are going on that they want their seniors and above to know, because they perceive us as the group leaders. So that's a group that you definitely want to make sure you're added to, right? And so as soon as you hit that level of senior rep, you'll be added to our private group. And so you'll get access to other information and to the leaders directly as well, which is pretty cool. You get recognised at the company events, which is what I shared at the very beginning. That was us all up on the stage being recognised at Momentum this year. You get to attend the senior rep and above only meeting at the events, which is with Mark Aceta himself. So at Momentum, the event started on the Friday afternoon, and we got invited back to a meeting for senior reps and above after the afternoon sessions were finished. So you could only get in if your badge said that you were senior rep, and then you got to take a seat in the theatre. You listened to the things that he had to share with us specifically, because again, deeming us as leaders. We actually also got to go up and talk to him privately afterwards as well. And we shared some of our experiences and asked for some thoughts from him. And it was a really great opportunity for us to rub shoulders with the absolute superstar of the company and building the network. And so you don't get access to these sorts of people easily at these big events. But we were not only mixing with Mark Aceta, but all the other leaders, because it's senior rep and above. So that's a really great meeting to get to. And one of our downline, he actually qualified on that day. He made the decision, I need to get to that meeting. And so at the event, he was actually following up people, because follow-up's where the key is, and getting them enrolled so that he could qualify. Then in order to get in the room, because his badge didn't show him as a senior rep, he actually had to log into his account with World Ventures, his back office, and show his qualification in order to gain access to the meeting. But he was hungry, he wanted it, and he was going to do everything he possibly could to get in there. And of course, obviously he benefited immensely from that, and also just the sense of achievement too. He set the goal, he was going to be senior rep by the event. He got there, he wasn't quite there, so he made it happen on the spot. He followed up with people that he hadn't followed up with personally, and he followed up with his team who he'd done presentations for as well. So a little bit of a clue there about when you've got the hunger, you can make it happen. And beautifully presented by the company is a surprise gift in the mail that's the form of a special necklace and a certificate that gets sent out to you, which is really cool. And of course, you become part of the leadership of our community, not just Aussie Mac, but also the World Ventures Australia wider community. So there's more trust, if you like, put into you by the leaders, because they know that you've gone out and you've achieved this level, which is really, really important for them to be able to recognize, okay, this is someone that's made a commitment and followed through. And so it's just a great way for you to get involved at the higher levels as well. We've loved that about being at the senior rep and above rank ourselves. In order to get from where you are right now to boot camp, we need to just know where we stand. And the first thing, as I mentioned before, is make sure you log in and get your current team count. So it doesn't matter whether you've put them in, whether they were there before you started, whether someone in your team who you've enrolled has put them in, it's the total count. So make sure that you know that number on your left team and your right team. And the best way to move forward from here today to where you want to go is to look at the milestones along the way to boot camp. And the major one for you is the next training event, which is the regional training happening in May. Now, for those of you that are in Africa, it's on the 7th of May. Sydney's the 16th of May. So it's 27 days away. So 27 days to get a maximum of 30 people on each team. And remember, if they're platinum, they count for 2. Melbourne, Gold Coast, Perth, Hong Kong, Singapore, Penang, KL, the 23rd of May. So you've got 34 days until regional training to achieve part of the goal that you're wanting to achieve. So remember, this is just a benchmark or a milestone along the way. So one of the tools that you may want to use is actually in our MAC team. Let me just get that up for you and show it to you. It's a downloadable file that you can get, and you will find it when you go into our team under files. It's the 28-day Blitz Rank Up Plan PDF, and it's done by George Adamides, who is actually our upline, even though you may not have known that or haven't met him yet. And he did this at the last regionals, driving for a rank, and that's what we're doing, driving for a rank. And this is a great accountability document if you like to use these sorts of things. So depending on how many days you have until your regional event, and of course if you've got more, then great, but you can actually monitor your progress. So this is a great way to just keep a gauge on what you're doing so you don't lose track overall. And you can start to see the momentum build up from this as well. So you'll find that, as I said, in the download area of the Aussie Mac team. So just go to files and download that. If you feel that that will be helpful to your progress, that's what this is all about, having the tools and the organization, if you like, to make it happen. So what you're going to decide is if you've got 27 days or 34 days until the regional training event, what level you would like to achieve. And of course, we know at boot camp you want to achieve 30-30, and you've got 62 days to do that. So whether that's 60 members at gold or anything less using platinum, that's what we're working with, and they are your 2 major milestones, regional training and then of course the boot camp. So here's some ideas of some goals that you can set as mini milestones to work in with these more major milestones of regional training and the boot camp. One goal could possibly be by the end of April that you'll enroll 4 people personally. So if you haven't yet achieved that level, that would be a great place for you to start, is to get your 4 personally enrolled reps, and that will get you as a qualified rep to earn all of the different commissions that are available. And of course, it's the first milestone on your way to senior rep, and you'll also what we call earn your wings. Okay, so that's a great one for you to aim for between today and the 30th of April. So if you haven't enrolled anyone yet, then that would be a great one to achieve those first 4 people. Remember, some of the people that you enroll will want to also go on and enroll and start straight away. So they're going to contribute to what you're going to create by boot camp. The other goal that you might want to look at is by regionals, having a 10-10 organisation. So this is a really good benchmark. It's not an official level by the company, but it is one that we use. And 10-10 indicates that you've got 10 people or 10 points. Remember, one person is representative of gold, whereas a platinum represents 2. So it's 10 people on your left team and 10 people on your right team. And platinum reps, of course, counting as 2. That really shows that you've got a balanced business. So that's going to really help, obviously, to get your 30-30 happening by boot camp. And so that's a really good goal to achieve and is recognised at the regional training. And then, of course, boot camp 30-30. So the first thing to do is set your placement. The first 3 reps on the team leg is what we teach. They get everyone's help then, other than just yours. So if you haven't yet put your first 3 reps in, make sure that you've got your back office set to place on your team leg. Get your upline to help you with that if you don't know how to do that yourself, and then open up the personal leg. So go to your back office under My Business, placement preference and look to put your first 3 reps on there. Then make a list. Now, this is really important. Doesn't matter how many people you've already spoken to. I'm constantly making my list. And so from today, I don't care who you've spoken to before. What I want you to do is make a list of the top 5 people who you want to benefit the most from this point on, not who you think will join. Now, they are 2 different things. Okay, so this isn't about making a list of who you think might say yes to World Ventures, but 5 people you know will benefit the most in addition to the people that you've already shown. Okay, so come at it from that point of view, because when you do that, there's a sincerity in your approach to them because you know this will really benefit them, and that's going to help them want to listen to what you've got to say. So identify who those 5 people are, then make a list of the top 20 people that you want to travel and have fun with. Whether that's in addition to the 5 or 20 in total, either way is fine. But just think about that list. That's where we want you to start. Now, there's all different ways that you can prompt your mind to remember other people to add to your list. And if you'd like the download document of that, just let us know and I'll send that to you. And then for those of you that really want to run hard and go past senior rep quickly, a list of 200 people, that's going to help you to build really fast. Now, I'm going to show you what keeps me on track, okay? So this isn't something that you necessarily need to duplicate if you don't work like this, but I do. So what I've done here in the left column is I've just blacked out their names. I'm sure you'll understand why. But if they're current, when I did the presentation, what type, if I sent them any research information, I do proposals for some of the bigger players that we have, and then what my follow-up is and what the outcome is. And so what I've done here, you could see in column B here that I've got numbers. So I'm currently building my list up to 200 people. So you can see that the first 78 I've got wheels in motion, and then all of the others I'm contacting slowly but surely. And then you'll notice down the bottom, I've got 88, 13, and 23. That's because those people are not ready at this moment. So I've just popped them down to the bottom to remember to follow them up again later on. As I said, follow up is really the key. What I want you to make sure you do is find the way that will help you be most organized in going forward with speed. So this is how I keep on top of everything, how I keep myself organized, and how I'm enrolling successfully. Okay, and then I've just got a tab as they enroll. I put them in here, and these are the people that say no way. I just keep my lists organized that way. Doesn't matter whether you use a napkin or a spreadsheet like this. The main thing is that you have a way to manage yourself and so that you can move with speed. Really, really important. All right, that's the list of 200 people. As I said, if you want to build big and fast, and if you like a copy of my spreadsheet as a blank template, you're more than welcome to just contact me for that, and I'll send you a blank version of it so you can use that. But like I said, not everyone operates that way. Just wanted to show you what I do so that we build with speed. So that's the goals at hand. This is the task at hand, if you like, or what the mission, Jim, should you wish to accept it. And so in order to help you achieve this goal, we've put together a couple of really very awesome surprises for you along the way. So every Saturday at 3 o'clock, we're going to be touching base between now and boot camp. And every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, and that's Australian Eastern Time, we'll be touching base with you to do these short calls. And that's one, to keep you on track, one, to keep you organized and to be able to keep in touch. And more importantly, to make sure that everything that you need to help you to succeed is available to you. Included in those calls, we've got a couple of superstars that have agreed to come on here and help you and I and our teams achieve the goals that we want to achieve. So the first one, I'll tell you who they are in a moment, the first 2, but the first thing that they want to know, who's putting the pedal to the metal and actually moving forward with the business. So what they want you to achieve between now and Wednesday when we catch up at 9 o'clock Eastern Time is for you to have enrolled one person and or you've upgraded to platinum level, because after all, if you're going to run with this and go senior rep and beyond, you want to get as many platinums into your group as you can, and the best way to do that is to be platinum yourself. So if you enroll someone and or upgrade before Wednesday, you'll be eligible for the special access to our guests who are some of the country's high achievers. So who are we talking about? Well, the first one, who Paul and I are in regular personal contact with, and we're actually helping him with some members of his team, is George Adamides. And if you haven't heard of George before, he is a pioneer in the Australian market. He's on the World Ventures Board of Advisors, and he's been on the Board of Advisors for the past 3 years. He has built a huge organisation, both in Australia and overseas, and he is 110% behind this bootcamp challenge that we're working on right now. In fact, this whole idea came out of a conversation between George and I, and so even more reason why, of course, he's 110% behind it. So he's agreed, once he lands back in Australia this week, that he's going to get on a call with you and give you some of the insights, not just from the current event that he's at, but also in building to the level of senior rep or beyond if your goals are bigger than that. So you don't get access to these guys every day, as you know. I haven't heard in all the time we've been in anyone putting calls on with George, but George has agreed to do this for you and us because we're stepping up and running through to boot camp on this challenge. And the second one is Michael Sloggett. Now, Michael is the fastest enroller and builder in the Australian market, and he had a personal goal of enrolling 100 people. I think he's in the 80s somewhere at the moment. He's building a massive organisation, and Michael is very well recognised for his ability to enrol through his super powerful closing, and he's just an absolute master. Paul and I can say firsthand just how amazing he is. And he is so amazing that he actually won a competition, and the reward for that was to mentor personally with Mark Aceta, the lead trainer for World Ventures. So he actually has private mentoring sessions with Mark Aceta every week, and that's helping him accelerate his business incredibly. And we recently won a competition that Michael had set, and that gave us access to him personally as well. So we are currently privately mentoring with him so that he can help us take our team and anyone else who wants to join in with us to the top as well. So through Michael, we're getting direct personal access to insights, ideas, inspiration, information straight from Mark Aceta. And so Michael has also agreed to come onto our calls and share his wisdom and experience with you and I as well. Those two have already committed to this, and I've actually got the feelers out in a few other exciting and significant places as well. The best thing about having George and Michael on a course is that they're both operating in the Australian market, so they are familiar with everything that's going on in Australia and culturally, and how to operate this from a personal standpoint in the country as well. So we find that that's an invaluable bonus that they bring to the table for you. And in order to gain access to the first one of these, you'll need to have enrolled one new person and or upgraded, if you're already gold, to the platinum level before Wednesday. If you already are platinum, then good for you. You've made the decision to build your business exactly the same way that the top income earners do. So you'll need to go out and enroll somebody before Wednesday in order to qualify. The thing is that they want you to take some form of action, and I think it's a great way to kickstart this process to achieve senior rep by bootcamp. So I hope you're as excited as we are about having direct access to significant and valuable leaders like George and Michael, who are literally coming on these calls just to help you, just because you're part of the current senior rep challenge. So what's the process from here? It's pretty simple, and you'll hear this everywhere: invite, present, enroll, and train. That's our 4-part cycle of actually building this business successfully. So to invite, there's many ways that people will teach you to invite, but it comes down to this. Inviting people to have a look at this opportunity is little more than setting up an appointment at a time that you know your people are available, whoever it is you want to speak to, and that they can be in front of a computer for 30 minutes. That's it. That's all the invitation is just the ability to make an appointment by clearing the time and making sure they're in front of a computer for 30 minutes. So that's the task at hand. If you want some coaching with that, just let your upline or us know, and we can talk you through some different ways that we do that and how we successfully achieve 100% appointments. We never have a problem making appointments, okay? So if that's a struggle for you, talk to us about it. We don't have people saying, what is it? Is it World Ventures? I'm not interested. So if that sort of thing's happening to you, then we just want to tweak the invite with you so that you overcome that, because it doesn't happen to us, okay? And so if it's happening, there's just probably something in what you're saying that's triggering that. And if we can get past that and we can get you to the appointment, then you've got the ability to present the opportunity. And that's really what the game is all about. So have your upline assist you to do the presentation, whether you want to get them in for the full presentation or just validation. So where you call them after the presentation and let them answer any questions. But don't try and do it all on your own, and let your people who you're wanting to add to the team see that the team is much bigger than you. And so getting your upline involved in the presentation is the best way to do that. And this is the big thing, follow up. Follow up. That's where the enrolling happens. Very few people will see the presentation and generally do not immediately enroll. We always leave time for people to enroll, but it's usually in the follow up. It may be a day later or a week later. And the main thing is that you do follow up. That's why I use the spreadsheet, so I can remember where I'm at with everybody, so that I remember to follow them up. And I keep going until I get a definitive answer, which could be I'm not ready right now, and they go straight down to the pile, or they're at the bottom of that list, or they're in the yes basket, or they're in the no basket. The main thing is I've completed the process of sorting people out, and that's what you want to do too. Now, the different ways that you can present are one-on-ones, or some people call them two-on-ones, because you bring your upline in, and in that case, run the video. So some upline will say to run the World Ventures corporate video. We actually use George Anamides' video, and we find that more effective. Or take people to travel parties. They're in person, and we're currently running them online at viptravelparty.com. But don't just send people that link. Actually invite them, clear the time, register them, and then be available at the time of the webinar so that you can speak to them immediately before it and immediately after it. Do not just randomly do it, because you'll have a very, very, very low strike rate, okay? To have a high strike rate, talk to them before and after. Okay, and do the enrolling into the webinar for them so that you know that they're set up. We actually send out notifications. We confirm when they're enrolled, and we send out a reminder just before it starts. So we have everything organized for them so that they can get to the webinar. But you need to manage the process of them seeing the business being presented to them. Okay, don't just send a link, because it would be very hit and miss. The enrolling, I've already talked about it. Know how to do this and how to enroll from your website, and then book your new people a fast start training ASAP, and let them know about the upcoming trainings. You know about regional and you know about boot camp. So talk about those events and the power of those, and get them along to them. At least get them to commit to regionals if it's before then. Now, to just recap and to dig deeper on all of this information I'm talking about is not mine made up. It comes from our top upline trainers with the company, and of course, in this particular instance, I'm talking about Matt Morris. And if you go to YouTube and you search World Ventures Fast Start Training by Matt Morris, you'll find a fantastic 23-minute presentation where he covers all aspects of starting fast and successfully in the business. And he actually talks about the 200 name list as well. And there's a reason for that, which right now doesn't matter, especially if you're not trying to get a lot of people quick. You'll just see some parallels in some of the things I've said today, obviously being repeated by Matt. So it's going to be a great way for you to reaffirm and, as I said, dig deeper into what we've covered right now. So everyone talks about invite, present, enroll, train, but what about earn? And this is the big one. What you want to do is get your people enrolled personally as your priority, okay? So that's really the name of the game right now. Is if your team's already building and you're working with them, great. What we want to do is add in enrolling your own people as well, and getting both your teams happening. So if at this stage one team's not started, once you've got your first 3 enrolled, then you want to open that second leg and start enrolling there. And by doing that, you're going to earn along the way to senior rep. So I talked about the residual income at the start, which is fantastic, but along the way, every time you have 3 people enrolled in your left team and 3 people enrolled in your right team, and they don't have to be new, but just a total of 6, then you'll do something called a weekly cycle. You'll cycle, and these cycles are paid out on a weekly basis. Now, the week of the cycle begins and ends at midnight Dallas time, which is 3 p.m. Saturday Eastern Standard Time. So what we do is we set our week's plan by that. And so it's just ticked over that now in Melbourne just after 3 p.m. So now we've got 7 full days to enroll 6 people in total, 3 on the left, 3 on the right. Now, in this case, whether they're gold or platinum is irrelevant because this is a total head count, not what level they've come in at. Okay. So now we know we've got 7 days to put in 6 people in our team. Now, they don't have to be by you. They don't have to be by people you've introduced. They can be spillover. They will also count for your weekly cycles. All right. So we really want to help you by getting to senior rep. You will begin building both legs or both teams, if you like, of your business. And so therefore you will naturally, by default, start cycling and earning money along the way. So 3 on the left side, 3 on the right side. Whether they're gold or platinum is irrelevant. You'll earn either $100 or $200 per cycle. And every 6th cycle, you'll earn travel dollars, which is pretty cool. The $100 and $200 just depends on how long you've been in the business. In the first 8 weeks, it's $200. Now, monthly bonuses are calculated at midnight of the last day of the month. So things like the Wills bonus, if you've got 5 or 6 personally enrolled, as your business is growing towards senior rep, this is another bonus that will kick in for you. And naturally, you're going to reach at least the first tier. So long as you've got 5 or 6 personally enrolled, you'll qualify for the Wings and Wheels bonus as well. So this is another thing that will happen along the way to senior rep. So really important for you to understand the minute you start doing this, you'll start earning money, okay? And don't forget too that every enrollment you receive $20 or $50 in Australia, depending on the enrollment level. In this case, now gold or platinum does come back into effect, right? It's easier to enroll platinums if you're platinum yourself, which is why our leaders have suggested that is the first thing that you do is get yourself to platinum if you're not already there. So by you being platinum, you're more likely to enroll platinums. That builds your business faster, okay? Because remember, a platinum for the purpose of 30/30, which is senior rep, counts for 2. And you being platinum is going to be a really important part of that equation, because if people ask what you're enrolled as and you're not a platinum, then chances are they may not enroll as a platinum as well. But you want to say, I'm a platinum, I'm playing for the big games, I want the residual income, I want to build that up, so of course I'm at platinum. And that's actually going to influence other people's decision to also come in as platinum, therefore reducing the total number of people you need to achieve senior rep, okay? So there's lots of different things going on here, and different bonuses and commissions have different criteria to them. So the cycle doesn't matter whether they're gold or platinum. The Wings and Wheels, in order to start qualifying for that, it's the total number of sales. Your commissions from enrollment obviously do make a difference, $20 or $50. So different bonuses and different commissions are calculated in different ways. That's the main thing to understand here. And above everything, remember, you will be earning along the way. And in order to get to senior rep, a total count of 30 on the left, 30 on the right. And of course, if you had all platinums, you would only have a total of 30 people. You'd have 15 on the left and 15 on the right. That would equal 30/30, right? So that's the main goal. And just understand these earnings along the way have different criteria. And no matter what you're doing, just know that if you're working towards senior rep, there's all these other different bonuses that are going to be added into the mix as you're achieving the goal. So it's far more than just the rank. There's actually real money that you'll be putting in your pocket every week, particularly with the weekly cycle bonus. Just to finish off, great quote and inspirational thought from Mark Aceta. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do this just because they can't. And I think that's a really important one for you to remember, because people around you may doubt you. Be absolutely assured that with the amount of time that we've got, more than 60 days, this particular rank can be achieved and has been achieved many, many, many times over all around the world in far less time than what we've got. So there's every reason you're going to be able to do this. You've got total support of the team. You're going to have experts coming in to inspire and guide you along the way. And of course, in our fantastic Aussie Mac team, you've got all of us to call on at any time that you need. All right, so let me just show you a couple of more things and we'll wrap it up that you want to make sure you've got. In Facebook, for the purpose of presenting the opportunity, make sure that you are in this particular group on Facebook, WV Travel Parties Australia. If you're not already a member of this group, make sure you become a member, because all the different parties that are on in all the different locations around Australia are listed here, and that's going to help you greatly. If I'm presenting to someone in Sydney, the opportunity, and of course I'm based in Melbourne, before the appointment, I already know what travel parties are coming up in the next week. So I go into this group and I look at what's on that I could refer them to if they want to see the bigger picture. So if they're not ready to commit right away, and some people do, but not everyone does, I already know the travel party. So I say, look, would you like to capture the bigger vision beyond just what I've shown you today? I can, refer you to an event. And then I get in touch with the people that are hosting and or presenting that event, and I let them know my guest is coming. And in some cases, I've even exchange their mobile phone numbers so that they're personally greeted and taken care of at these events, because I'm absolutely serious about achieving my goals. But I always refer to this group as the source of information. So if you're not already a member of that, make sure you jump on it. The other thing in terms of presenting is, before I do a plan for somebody, I play my little playlist here. This is also my own travel party playlist that I've just put together of great songs. So if you want to use music to help put you in the perfect state and in a good frame of mind, a positive frame of mind, and that you're actually having fun doing what you're doing, okay? So if you like music, I would recommend make up a playlist and put your favorite songs on it that get you in the mood to do what you are going to do to be able to build this business. What else have I got? Let me just go back to Safari here. Okay, I showed you the 28-day blitz. Remember, that's in the Aussie Mac group under files. On YouTube, this is the video we use that's actually done by George Adamides. So you can just Google World Ventures Australia with George Feb 2015, and you can add my name if you want to, but that presentation should come up. That's how it starts, with the map of Australia. That's the one we use for our one-on-ones. If you want to use that one too, great. And also, if you go to Google and you Google download YouTube video, what you'll find, a couple of different tools that actually let you download a video from YouTube so that it's on your hard drive. Alrighty, so that about wraps it up. Now, one of the really effective ways and fast ways that we like to grow is to find people in the moment. And so I'm going to finish on this note and invite you to utilize us if you want to right away, particularly powerful with Facebook. If you already have some people on your list and you want to start right away, because remember, you've got 7 days from now to complete that cycle, and also to be able to achieve the goal by Wednesday of enrolling somebody, I'll shoot them a quick note and I'll say, what are you doing right now? Have you got 30 minutes? What are you doing right now? I want to show you something, right? So I just drop a note like that, and then I see if they're online. And if they are, then immediately I say to them, hey, I want to show you what I've been working on. I've just completed a presentation on a video. Have you got 20 or 30 minutes right now? And if they come back and they say yes, then I jump them over to Skype, right? And away I go. And so getting people in the moment like that sometimes is less scary. And also it's speedy, right? I personally use Facebook PMs to do that. And sometimes I look in the feed to see if people are online. So, you know how you can see, Jen just liked something over here. And if I see that, they're online right now, I feel like I'm in the mood to talk to them and I could do a really good presentation. So I'll shoot them that personal note. Hey, what are you doing right now? Right? Because I know they're online. If they come back and they say not much, why, or whatever, then I know, great. Look, if you've got 20 minutes or so, I've just finished a presentation I want to run past you if you want to take a look at it. Okay, I think you'll really like it. Something like that, whatever the right words are for you. If you want to do that right away, we're going to be available for you. Just message me on Facebook. If you're ready to go ahead right now, there's no time like the present. Jump right in. You've just got all of this great information and inspiration, and find someone that's online right now, invite them to the presentation, and call me in if you need to. I'll actually do the presentation for you. I'm going to just be standing by to hear from you. If you want to run with that, feel free. We're going to talk to you Wednesday night at 9 o'clock and give you the update on a few things that are happening at the moment that will help accelerate this process for you. But we've covered the game plan today. By Wednesday night, or at Wednesday night's call, we're going to find out who's either upgraded to platinum or enrolled somebody, and then we'll let you guys know how to access our first call with George Adamides, who's going to give you some great insights straight out of the event in the States at the moment called United, which is going to be awesome in itself. And he's absolutely 10% committed to helping you achieve this goal as well. So that's going to be your first bonus for between now and Wednesday night, achieving that goal. All right, so over and out from Inspired Travelpreneur Central. We'll be online if you want us. Just sing out. Otherwise, go forth and multiply. Bye for now.